the 92%, standing strong and proud. Black women in America, voices clear and loud. We've stood by everyone through thick and thin. But when it's our turn, where have you been? Yeah. If you don't give a damn, we don't give a damn. We'll sit back, relax and watch.
Hi, everybody. I converse and I've lost count of how many podcasts that I'm a part of or I listen to or invest in. But one conversation I had with someone today, and I had a different conversation with this exact same person this time last year, right? And the conversation that we had last year, this young lady was in tears. She was distraught. She felt like life was just not meant for the Black woman or just Black people in general. She, in essence, was giving up. So much was riding on seeing Kamala defeat what we now have in office, right? And some of you said this, and some people are not realizing what they spoke into fruition has come into fruition. But some of you said this, that we were not wrong. We were not confused. The numbers were there. The people were present. The rallies were enormous. We ran a good race. We supported and pushed our sister out there. Sometimes when we can see something that others are failing to see, sometimes it takes people to actually go through what you were trying to prevent them from going through in order for them to go back and realize that we were right. I've had so many people, and I know you have too, come back and say, we should have listened to you. The 92%. Let me just be honest. I'm going to be real. The 92% of African Americans, there was a few of us that had meetings, right? We did have the meeting that the day that it came out that Kamala was running. We did have that meeting, that Zoom meeting. But honestly, there was never a meeting of the 92% of African American women in this whole United States that stated on this particular day, on this particular vote, we're all voting blue. That conversation didn't have to be made. We understood the assignment. We understood that this was something that we needed to do. We believed in it as one unified unit. And I know it may shock some people, but African American women don't always, per se, get along. Some of this stuff that they show us on TV, Love and Hip Hop and the Real Housewives of Atlanta and different places, and all these places that depict and place Black women against each other, some of that stuff is true. But one thing you're going to find out about African American women is we care about our family and we care about our kids. And it isn't something that you have to tell us to care about. It's not something you have to actually gather us in a room and tell us we need to care about this thing. It's something about hearing that we couldn't have a choice over our own bodies. It's something about hearing that you want to starve the elderly and take away the small benefits that they do get after working and some still working in this US of A. It's something about hearing about how you want to treat our black men who rubbed elbows along with your people, your race in the wars and in the military, and you want to discard them because they are supposed to be a part of your DEI fixing situation where you're dumping off DEIs. It's something about when and this was in the future, it's now, but we didn't know this then, that 300,000 black women walking off their jobs because they're just fed up. It's something about things that we don't have to have a meeting in the ladies' room about, that we unified without having to be unified. And we had a collective conversation in our minds and our hearts and said, no, we can't let this happen. We saw in the future what you guys didn't see. We tried to prevent. So yeah, we were hurt and we said, we're going to let this one, we're going to sit this one out. We're going to rest. We're going to pour into us. We're going to do things for us. We're going to think about us. We're going to forget about y'all. Because y'all never listen to us anyway, even when we turn out to be right. But then we got the phone calls. We got the messages. We got the inboxes. We got the conversations with leaders and Kamala and different people. We've had Zooms and different conversations like y'all, we know y'all hurt. We know how much y'all put into this election. We know that y'all are disappointed, but you can't sit this one out. It's too important. Lives are at stake. Do you know what it feels like to be told something is happening when we already knew it was going to happen? Do you know what it feels like to be made to feel guilty because this time we want to pour into ourselves and not keep laying it all out there for y'all, taking a risk on our lives and being made to feel not like, and I'm going to use myself, Try Love, you can't sit this one out. You were so vocal last year. Keep on being vocal. Tracy, you can't sit this one out. How dare you say you're going to rest? This ain't time for resting. Michelle, why are you resting? We need y'all. Well, we gave y'all everything. We laid it all out there. But hey, we know we got the call and we know how crucial it is because this thing is bigger than us. This thing is more than us. We know how to put things before us. And on Tuesday of this past week, it seems like y'all heard our call. It seems like y'all are finally listening because that blue wave, baby, came in. Some people are saying, why are y'all so happy about the governor of New York? Why are y'all so happy about the Virginia elections and Georgia elections and Michigan elections if y'all are not in that area? Because, baby, a break is happening. And we needed to see this because we wanted to see a change. And when a change this significant happens, that means that the nation has finally woke up. The nation is finally hearing and seeing what needs to be done. So it's not that we know that the Madani mayor is for New York. We know that he's the mayor of New York. But let us celebrate. A celebration was denied last year, but it was only postponed. A denial is not a postponement is not a denial. Let me get my words together because I'm a little bit excited right now. So I'm going to come back with part 2 because this is about to cut off. I'm going to come back with part 2 so I can finish this up. A postponement is not a denial. And it was so many of us, the 92%, we're human. So the human side of us was like, is it even worth the fight anymore? Is it even worth it? And that's when we was being inundated with all the negativity. Our democracy is over. They've won. They've taken over. He's never leaving. He's not leaving office. And let me just tell y'all, hello? It ain't over. It ain't never over. I listen to so many people, and I don't want to name somebody who's very popular, and I listen to him often, that always that uses this language, is that our democracy is over. Life as we've known it is never going to be the same again. That's not the talk that we talk, guys. Our democracy is not over. See, these 10 months that we've been experiencing all of this madness and craziness, the 92% and the 72% been sitting back, and there was a percentage of other races. So I don't want to leave them out. I think it was like 48% of white women. I think it may have been like 34 or 35% of white men and other races involved in voting for Kamala, right? Just not enough, right? We don't speak life as we know it is over. That's negative talk. And even though you're saying this on a podcast in different places, some people are weak-minded enough to do something to themselves. You have to be careful and know what language you're speaking. You got to speak life into a lifeless situation sometimes. When it looks dark and dim, you got to find the light at the end of the tunnel. And so many people are saying, it's over. He's never going to leave office. Hello? Yes, he is. He's leaving office. He getting out of there. Those little 2028 hats and shirts that he try to distract people from sitting out and all that is exactly what it is. It's a distraction. It is a distraction. He knows he's not running for 2028 because he can't run for 2028. He cannot, even if he wanted to, he could not run for 2028, guys. Don't let yourself be inundated and listen to all. Some podcasts gives good information, and I listen to it for the good information. And some people are not. And I'm not trying to insult anybody, but some people are not wise enough to distinguish between what they need to listen to and take from that conversation and what they just need to weed out. So if you're not that person, you need to rely on people that can give you credible information, because the way podcasters do is they got to keep you hanging on by a string so you'll continue to listen to them. If all they talked about was positive things and everything is going to be all right, you're going to listen. But eventually you're going to be like, okay, so everything's going to be okay. And you don't have a reason to keep going back and listening. So the more they pour into you with the negativity of what's going wrong and what could possibly happen, the more they bring you in. That's their job. I can't knock them for that. But everybody's mind is not that strong to listen to that. Everybody's mind is not that strong to weed out what they should listen to and what they shouldn't. So I'm going to tell you what they're not telling you. Our democracy is not over, right? It ain't over. Life as we know it may not be the same. It's because we're elevated. It's because we're going forward. We've grown stronger. We've seen things that's turned our stomachs. We've seen things that we never thought we would see in our lifetime. But the thing about it says, if you don't learn something, you are destined to repeat it. So this country is seeing things that's already happened before. There's nothing new under the sun. The way that you change what you don't want to see is you have to make the change. You have to make the difference. If you didn't get out there and vote in this election, this past year's election, then it is your fault of what you see and what you don't like to see. So what difference are you going to make? For people who did vote, for people who did get out there and vote, How many people did you take to the polls with you? How many people did you leave at home while you were going to the polls? It is on us, guys, to take control of the situation. The blue wave came in the situations and the cities and states that they came in because the people rallied together and they said, we are tired of this. It's not enough to just celebrate this blue wave. In the cities and states that got the blue wave, we got to make it a tidal wave. We got to let it blow through the whole the United States, and we can't play with this thing. It is too serious to play with. So what I'm saying to you guys is it's not over. Our democracy is not over. He will be getting out, maybe sooner than 2028, maybe sooner, but 2026 is our goal. November 2026, put it on your calendar, mark it as an alert for a year from now, that your whole mission of 2026, if you don't do nothing else next year besides live, breathe, pay your bills, thank you guys, and have air in your lungs. If you don't do nothing else, November of 2026, mid-year elections. And for the states that allow early voting, get it on out the way. Don't play with it. Do not be intimidated. They try to intimidate California. They try to intimidate places in New York. They tried it. It didn't work, because you got to know, this is your God-given right. A delay is not a denial. A delay is not a denial. So 92%, we should be happy this morning. We should be smiling this morning. No, it's not Kamala. No, it's not the results that we wanted last year, but darn it, we see a breakthrough coming through. And it is a good change. Anything to see this fever start to break is a good change. Learn how to celebrate it. It's okay. It's okay. We're still pouring into us. We're still doing things that make us greater. We're still doing and learning the lessons that we need to learn to make ourselves greater. But we do have a duty and obligation to keep this fire burning until November 2026, and we're going to do it. God bless you all. Be safe out there. Better days are coming. Don't listen to the negativity. Know that better days are coming. God bless you all. Be safe out there. And let me just say this. Thought I was done. And may take a part 3. For the people who think that African Americans are the main beneficiaries of SNAP, you better ask some of your people that's standing in food lines. This is not to be taking this lightly, guys, because we take care of our own. Right? We're going to make sure our people are fed. But you better ask some of these people that's taken off their red hats and are standing in line, who is the biggest recipients of SNAP? 72% of Caucasian Americans are not the 72% of America, but 72% of SNAP beneficiaries are Caucasian. So while you putting on here that we don't need y'all using your SNAP benefits for SUV and Louis Vuitton and lashes and hair, who buying all that with food stamps? Who doing that? You got your information confused. You try to single out a single demographic that you think is benefiting from SNAP, and you don't even know that Aunt Judy, Aunt Karen, and Sue that shows up for the Thanksgiving dinner with potato salad with raisins in it is been the main recipient of SNAP for years. It's just because she didn't tell you. But I bet you'll find out if they cut them off. And they cut them off, so I'm sure y'all probably know Aunt Sue ain't bringing the potato salad this year. I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that, but it's these subliminal messages that they try to put out there thinking that they're affecting the African Americans. Y'all, what y'all don't understand, we've been having to feed ourselves forever. We'll make $1 out of 15 cents, baby, and we're going to make sure our people are fed. So I had to drop that in, guys. Be safe out there. Be blessed out there. Love on each other. Be positive. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Be blessed. Bye bye.
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe.